If you blink, you'll miss it, but for a split second in IBM's popular commercial promoting their cloud services, a few frames of source code flash by.
Can't see. This is a skyscraper whose elevators use IoT data and AI to help thousands get to work safely and efficiently.
The code is shown in the context of using IoT data and AI to safely and efficiently manage elevators. But if we freeze frame, a far more peculiar reality emerges. There are two distinct source files depicted across a whopping 22 frames of footage. The first script stems not from IoT or AI-related programming, but rather from an obsolete version of the PHP e-commerce solution OpenCart. As of September 2018, the referenced code from OpenCart 2.1 is over 4,100 commits and 15 releases out of date. More notably, the code shown in the commercial is actually broken and cannot run. This happened because the producer pasted the original source code into a WYSIWYG HTML editor while in design mode before switching over to code view to capture the footage. By doing so, the code was parsed as HTML content instead of PHP, and all of the special markup was converted to HTML entities within the code. This includes greater than and less than symbols, double quotes, and line breaks. Unfortunately, this process broke and corrupted both the PHP source and the syntax highlighting before being filmed for the ad. Functionally, this script serves as the root access point for OpenCart e-commerce websites. It loads in the various shopping modules and preferences, checks server and language settings, prepares cookies and session data, and finally pulls in the actual store layout and content to the page through a series of includes. In later versions of the software, this code was consolidated, rewritten, and delegated to a dedicated startup script. Moving on, the second code excerpt is rather comical in that it originates from a decade-old forum post created by a novice programmer involving a simple text-based command menu for a video game. In July of 2008, a user named Jacob posted this code to C++.com after following some of the site's entry-level programming tutorials. It was shared specifically because it was not working as intended, a problem relating to his misunderstanding of variable scope and function calls. How then did this archaic snippet of flawed beginner code wind up in a massively widespread IBM commercial a decade later? My hypothesis is that the producer went straight to Google and searched for long C++ code, and then clicked the first result, which happens to be Jacob's forum post containing the aforementioned code snippet. The code can be compiled as is using a vanilla C++ compiler. In its existing state, it displays 4 text-based menu choices for a theoretical RPG game. Due to the programmer's misuse of variables, the function call to display the player's stats will only output uninstantiated data. This problem could be resolved by either making the variables global scope or more elegantly by creating a basic player class. In the end, these two snippets of code are about as far removed from the commercial's concepts as possible. One is for an HTML PHP e-commerce package and has been corrupted by a WYSIWYG editor, and the other is of a buggy game menu system posted as a question by a novice programmer a decade ago. With the same amount of effort, IBM's commercial production team could have easily grabbed code from any of the IBM code repositories that do actually relate to IoT, AI, and cloud computing for a more topical and accurate depiction. I rate this TV source code a 3 out of 10. Although it is not at all accurate to the subject matter and the code has no affiliation with IBM, it does contain legitimate source code even if some of it is corrupt. And Jacob, if you're out there, congratulations on having some of your earliest source code showcased to millions of viewers by one of the largest tech companies in the world. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.